All right, listen. I actually watched a booktuber on YouTube. I'm not sure who, but I think it was a couple swapping their screen time to reading time, and I was like, that's interesting. So naturally I looked at my own screen time. This is the screen time that I actually got, and as you can see, the number is a little bit high. Like for me, 6 hours is, I think, is a lot, but when you scroll down and you look at the apps, I am spending more time on my editing app and on my camera. Those are usually for me filming. They're not really social media, which is a good thing. That means I'm not aimlessly scrolling on social media because it's one of the biggest sources of stress for me. But I still didn't want to spend that much time on my phone. So I thought, you know what? This sounds like a fun thing. I want to try this challenge out and see how it goes. So that is exactly what we're doing today. Okay, today is Tuesday. I'm gonna do from this Tuesday to Friday. I will be filming for 3 days in a row, kind of like a vlog, just so that I can keep you up with my screen and reading time. Current read is this one. If you remember, this was in my November reading wrap-up video. I had DNF'd it then because I was just not ready for it. Right after I filmed that video, I was like, I feel like I'm ready to read this. I'm on page 73. Of course, I have my trusty cup of coffee. Right now it's 10:06 a.m. Let's see how much we can read with no distractions, especially since my phone is gonna be right there on time lapse filming the reading portion. And I'm not gonna speak to myself, I promise. I do that a lot. I'm not crazy.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you.
I'm on page 112. It's 12 p.m. So I've been reading for 2 hours. That was a really nice, uninterrupted reading. That made me get into the book even more. I'm going to have some brunch. After that, I'm gonna tidy up my room a little bit. I know this corner looks cute and tidy, but you don't want to see what's on the other side while putting on an audiobook. Currently, I'm actually listening to Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. That's where we're gonna do.
Fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you.
I forgot to look at the time. It's 1:30 p.m. right now. I'm gonna start reading again from page 112.
I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to
Just
me.
stopped and I'm on page 168. I actually wanted to stop a lot earlier on, but then I started to get a very severe pain in my stomach. That means I can't go to the gym. That gave me more time to read. I'm just gonna go and make some iced latte. 7 p.m. right now. I have gone on Instagram a little bit, but I've been very conscious about how long I was staying. I spent some time on YouTube, watched some Jack Edwards video while I was eating. I'm going to start reading again. I'm on page 168.
Something fake to me now. I wanna wake up.
I'm so tired. I think it's 11 or 11:15 or something. I can't believe I finished this book. It's not a long book, but it's a heavy book. So this whole controlling your screen time, I think, is actually working. I feel like my brain cells are floating. I need to get some rest. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Hello there. Good morning. Shows my next read, Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Right now it's 9:17 a.m. Listen, I was sitting down, reading my book, minding my own business, and then the main character had to drink coffee and then tell me about it. I was like, no, I know I'm not supposed to have coffee right now, but I need that coffee. So I'm going to make a small cup. Now we're ready to go. Okay, hi. It is 11:15 a.m. I'm on page 69 right now. I think I'm gonna head off to a bookstore. Also going to be listening to Heartbones as an audiobook while I get ready and drive and everything. So tired. I think 8:45 p.m. probably. I did go to the bookstore, walked to get some food. I watched the first episode of The White Lotus and it sounds so ridiculous. I love it. I was at page 69. I'm going to pick up from where we left off. Remember how I was not supposed to drink any coffee? Unless the second cup doesn't count. Heaven. To update you, I didn't really spend time on my phone. 1 hour on Instagram and 20 minutes on YouTube. Let's read. Okay. Hi. It is 1 a.m. right now. I didn't realize it was so late. This completely consumed me. I am on page 207 and I think I'm gonna stop and go to sleep. I don't like staying up very late and I don't like waking up late. I will continue the book tomorrow and I will talk to you then. Good night. Good morning. I hope you're doing really well. I have my cup of coffee all ready. I have my book to finish. I'm on page 207. Now I think it's 9. I think it's 9 a.m. So today's Thursday, meaning it will be the last day of reading, I think. I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking about like reading tomorrow as well. But yeah, so let's get to it. Let's get started. I'm stopping at page 307. Right now it's 11:30. I haven't been on social media. I think I went on Instagram for 2 minutes. I'm gonna go and do my things while listening to Heartbones. I only have 3 hours of Heartbone left. Oh, hello. Hi. I have 25 pages left of this and I wish I could finish it, but I have somewhere to be. And if I look like a wreck, it's because I have some oil in my hair and to take a shower, and also this little thing decided to make me cry. I'm definitely finishing this tonight and I'm definitely going to be crying even more. I know that for sure. As for now, I definitely need to go and take a shower and make this look more presentable to my dinner tonight. Okay, I am done and ready to go. Literally missed the characters from this book. I have goosebumps all over me. I'm so nervous to finish it because I love it so much. Good morning. It is a Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. and I decided that today's going to be a reading day as well. So today's the last day of doing this challenge. Update from last night, I actually finished Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I decided to start The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This book won't be included in this video because I might actually do a whole reading vlog with me while reading this book, but I wanted to start and see how many pages I can do of this. Okay, hi. Listen, just so that we can keep this video 100% real and that life happens, not everything goes according to plan. Today my screen time has been horrible, and that's because I just spent the last 3 hours just on Instagram trying to find a music to a video that I'm supposed to post that is not considered Instagram copyright violation, even though all the music that I'm choosing are literally from Instagram's own playlist. I need to breathe. As you can probably tell, it put me a little bit on edge. I decided to take a stupid walk for my stupid mental health. I'm so glad I went on a walk because that's what I needed. On my walk, I actually listened to Heartbones. I only had 1 hour left, so I finished it. And by the way, if you have not tried listening to audiobooks while walking, it was so good. It was such a different feeling. It felt really good. I highly recommend it. Okay, let's share the final thoughts on this challenge. I didn't actually swap screen time to reading time exactly. My initial goal was to reduce the amount of time that I was spending on social media. And by social media, I personally mostly mean Instagram, because right now that's about the only social media app that I have left. YouTube is usually a background noise while I'm doing something else. And as for my TikTok app, I deleted that a couple of weeks ago, not the account, just the application. TikTok is super fun. But truth to be told, I had very little control over the amount of information that I was absorbing, and because the videos are relatively short, I was absorbing way too many diverse information in a very small amount of time. I noticed that it was making me really stressed out. So for this challenge, I didn't exactly swap the hours to reading time. Instead, I swapped it to doing other things that I found myself not doing because of just being on social media. I took a walk, cleaned up my room, but mostly I actually spent it reading, and let me tell you, it was super productive. I did the challenge for 4 days where I was very conscious of reducing my screen time, except for obviously yesterday, Friday. It was actually a very humble mess in my opinion, and the reason I'm saying humble is because it just showed that regardless of how much planning you do, you know, the perfect picture in your head, sometimes just life happens in a different way and you just try your best to kind of flow with it. Yeah, it was very humbling, and I'm so happy I caught it on camera because that's the reality of it. Like, even if you see perfect social media, it's not really that way. Things happen and you just kind of roll with it. It was just the universe's way of telling me, don't be a perfectionist, just flow with it. So I actually ended up really enjoying yesterday. On to what I actually ended up reading: 2 whole books. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, 246 pages. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, 407 pages. Then I finished listening to 1 audiobook, which was Heart Bones by Colleen Hoover. I think maybe 8 to 10 hours. I also listened to another audiobook, which was a short story by Taylor Jenkins Reid, The Evidence of the Affair, 90 minutes long. And I started this book, Song of Achilles, and I am on page 108. This is what I got around to reading and listening to during those 4 days. I get so distracted when I have my phone with me and I constantly check social media that A, it slows me down, and B, I end up not enjoying the book so much because it doesn't allow me to get to the depth of it. With both books, because I was so invested and so focused on what I was reading, I actually ended up having a much better reading experience. I highly recommend you do this challenge, even if it's for a couple of days, especially if you are on your New Year's holiday like me. It's such a great opportunity to do so. I probably can't do this every single day since sometimes just, you know, life happens. But because it was so fun to do, I'm definitely going to do it again. So yeah, that is the end of the challenge. If you wish to see reviews of this, I'm saying if you wish to see, that's, you know what, it's the effect of this book, honestly. It just makes you speak that way, in that eloquent way. Yeah, anyway, if you want to see the reviews in more detail regarding these books and the 2 audiobooks, they are definitely going to be in my December reading wrap-up, which I am so excited for because December was an amazing reading month. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to do this challenge, and if you're going to do this challenge, which book are you planning on reading during the challenge? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!